Hi, welcome! Today we'll be talking about confidence, how to build confidence. And it may not be exactly what you expect. Let's go! So I would like to start talking about confidence. And we admire so much people who have confidence. They shine, they look like invincible. And you can feel when it's faked and when it's real. But I would like to take you in a spin. Let's look at it from a different perspective. So I'd like to invite you to think about people who you have confidence in and people who you don't have confidence in. So usually people who you trust and people who you don't trust. So usually people who you don't trust, they have done something that make you not trust them, unless it's just like, I don't like their face and I don't trust them. Well, when it's not that, when it's rational, it's because they usually didn't do what they said they would do, or they did something that was less than what they promised doing for you, and that made you not trust them. And on the other side, people who you trust, people who you have confidence in, they are people who prove to you that they do what they say they would do. So usually people who have done things for you, or that you have seen them doing things and you trust, yeah, they will do what they say they will do. Nice. Now, I want to share with you a phrase, a quote that I read, and I'm sorry for the author, but I don't know who was the author, but it was, be the leader that you would follow. And at first sight, this quote can be interpreted just as a variation of do to others what you would like to be done to you, or treat the others the way you would like to be treated. But I don't think that's it. I think that there's a more profound message there. Because if you stop and think, what kind of leader I would follow? And you will have your own description of this leader, so how this leader would be. So I invite you to pause the video and do it. Make a short list of a couple of characteristics that the leader that you would follow would have. I did that for myself, and I came up with integrity. It would be someone who do what they say they will do. It will be someone capable, and it will be someone trustworthy. So those were like a couple of characteristics. And just, yeah, they would need to be just. And the interesting thing is that to be the leader that I would follow, that's exactly the characteristics that I would need to aim for. So if I incorporate this leader, then I will have confidence in myself. How can I build confidence? The thing is, how many times you promise things to yourself and you don't do it? It's so easy. It's so easy to just talk us out of a promise that we did to ourselves. We are much more careful to promise things to others. We are much more careful to do things that we promise to others than things that we promised to ourselves. Tomorrow I'll sleep earlier, and there we are watching Netflix till midnight. Or tomorrow I will do my exercise, and then we convince ourselves, I didn't do yesterday, so it's okay if I don't do it today as well. There's always an excuse when we are about to do what we promised ourselves. Instead of just doing, there's like this conversation inside us. Should I do it, or I can just skip it? And every time that we don't do something that we promised ourselves, of course we are hurting your self-confidence. Imagine someone who you know who never does what they promise you. At some point you don't trust them anymore, and every time that they say to you that they would do something, you just say, okay, yeah, they will not do it. It's the same for us. So if we keep promising things to ourselves and we never do it, we never go through, we are just mining your confidence. How can I trust myself if every time that I say to myself that I will do something, I don't do it? So how can I use this information to build my confidence? First thing, be more aware of what you promise to yourself. So before promising anything to yourself, think to yourself, can I do that? Will I do that? And if you promise that, do it. Don't let the internal conversation happen. If you said, I will go to sleep at 10, when it's 10, you just turn off everything and go to bed. You don't even think about what you still have to do. Just think about that. Take the promise that you make to yourself as serious as you would take when you promise to someone else. That's the way to build self-confidence. And I can tell you, every time you do that, every time you go through and you do what you promised yourself to do, it will be easier to do the next thing. Remember, your confidence is growing and you will like that. And the opposite is also true. Every time you don't do something that you promised yourself to do, it will be easier to not do the next thing. Now, let's come to get to a formula to build self-confidence. Step 1. Be aware of what you promise yourself. Only promise yourself if you know you will go through. Step 2, go through. Do whatever you promise yourself you would do. That's the way to build self-confidence. I hope this is helpful. If you like the video, press the like button. And if you like it a lot, just subscribe to the channel. And I see you next time. Bye.